Hello guys, it's what time is it? I always look at that clock down there and it's always wrong. It's 22:05. I finished work 10 minutes ago and I've got about 300 metres outside of work. Been some traffic lights and stuff, but it should be cleared now. Well, this section's always sort of on and off. They put some more traffic lights up here, and it was supposed to alleviate traffic beyond here, but all it's done is put more traffic on. So I finished work. Yes, I've said that already, and I've been thinking about my business that I'm kind of semi-running, and I'll probably start some vlogs about how I went about starting a business and all that. There's some sort of complications why I can't say anything about it at the moment, but hopefully in January I'll be able to, not January, sometime anyway, I'll be able to let everyone know what it's all about. If you follow me on Beam, you might have an idea what it is. If not, then hey, if you don't know what Beam is, go and find out. B-E-M-E. Beamy. It was originally founded by a guy called Casey Neistat. If you don't know who he is, go and check his vlogs. He's the vlogmaster, the vlogmeister, the best vlogger in the world. He's just got 4 million subscribers, and he's the very high quality sort of vlogs what he does in a sort of roundabout weird way. But anyway, it's quite entertaining, more entertaining than me just in a van rabbling on about stuff. And let me know in the comments if you want anything, if you want me to talk about, you know, who I am, where I am, what I'm doing. I'm a bit of a tech nerd. If you want me to talk about any tech that I use, how I'm vlogging at the minute, okay, I'll just go ahead and go on about that. I have been through vlogging. I started on, what did I start on? Camera, iPhone 4, and then I upgraded to, well, I tried to vlog with a GoPro, which kind of works, and then, well, it does work. It works for some people quite well. And then I vlogged with a Panasonic Lumia something or other, can't remember what it was now, which is great. It's all good, except I wanted something with a selfie flip up thing so you can see what you're going on, so I can tell that that and that and that and that is my frame, basically. So I bought a Panasonic Lumix, I think they're called, 55. It was about £150, and I started vlogging with that. You'll probably see some videos of it if you go back through my channel. good. At the time it was getting winter, and the low light capability of that camera wasn't outstanding, but it had a good zoom on it. It was like 20 times zoom. So I thought about it, and then I upgraded. I had a look at a lot of cameras, thinking about going for full-on SLR and stuff like that, but I'd never carry it with me. I'm not Casey Neistat. I can't just walk around with a great big gorilla pod and a camera. It's not the place, and it's, you know, it just doesn't work. Someone there going past with a GoPro stuck on his bonnet. You get them everywhere now. So yeah, I went from that camera to I wanted the interchangeable lens. Don't know why, because I've got it and haven't changed the lens, because the lens is perfect for what I want. Maybe something that's more gradable in the future or something, so a bit more future-proof. Yeah, a bigger sensor. I wanted a full-size sensor. Then I seen these Sony A5000s, and they were going for like £200. And it's a compact camera, not a bridge camera, not an SLR, but like a compact SLR. I think they're just called compacts now. But yeah, it had interchangeable lens and a full size sensor in it. So in the winter months, when you pick it up dark, when it's dark basically, and I'm trying to vlog like this, it picks up stuff a lot better. Again, if you go back through my vlogs, you'll probably see what I went through. In fact, if you look at a bunch of vlogs that I did when my daughter was born, and I was off for 2 weeks, they're all shot with that camera. So now that camera has sat in the cupboard for a few months, and I've done on and off vlogging, and the vlogging that I've been doing, it was with my iPhone 6. It's been great, but I've been using Beam quite a lot as well now recently. And I was trying to do vlogging with Beam, and it doesn't really work for me that way. I can't get a full-on sort of vlog, 7 seconds of vlogging doesn't really work. So anyway, cut to the chase. I wanted something that I could do everything on, and the Galaxy S7, when it first came out, you know, it's got 3 gigs of RAM compared to the iPhone's 1. Just meant that you can do a lot more. The front-facing camera, which is what I'm using now, is 6 megapixels. Sorry, not 6, 5 megapixels, and it shoots at 1080p, and it's got good, fairly good low light capabilities for what I've seen anyway. I mean, it's overcast now and it looks fine. So yeah, my other cameras are kind of just sitting there doing nothing. I'm not selling them, I'm not getting rid of them, because I know it's going to get to a point where I want to go back to not better quality. Yeah, better quality, because it's a dedicated camera. There will be times when I want to use the camera. Plus I bought a massive SD card, like a 128 gig card, you know, it cost me like 40 quid. So I'm going to keep hold of it. And so yeah, I want to keep the cameras for doing stuff. It's good for the photography. You can use do night shots and stuff. I've looked at the sort of pro settings on this. It looks pretty good. I need to test it on a clear night with a stand, because you can get about 8 seconds of 8-second shots. So, but the problem is, I mean, the sensor is tiny on these cameras compared to, you know, you're never going to fit a 1-inch, you're never going to get a sensor that big in a camera that big. Sorry, camera that big. It's never going to work. The lenses have to be big enough. I'm sure there's some clever things you can do to get bigger light capabilities, but you can only do so much. So dedicated cameras are still better than phones, although be it video on this front-facing camera is pretty good, a lot better than the iPhone 6, probably better than the iPhone 6s as well, but I haven't really had a proper try with that. But it's got Quad HD screen and Super AMOLED, so you can get sort of real-to-life colours. You know, that blue is pretty much what I'm looking at when I look at the screen. It's the same sort of blue. So that is my sort of run or start of going through my cameras that I've had. I've had a bridge camera before all that I tried to do some video with, and it didn't work. I ended up getting a GoPro. The GoPros were better. I've now lost my GoPro, so I will be, or I'm in the market for a new GoPro. Problem being is we're getting a new house, and I don't want to buy anything too expensive in the near future, because houses cost a lot of money. I need new carpets, I'm going to need extra furniture because we're going into a bigger house, so things are going to cost money. We'll try and get things cheap and then see what we can do. So yeah, this leads me to where I'm at now, vlogging back with a phone again. The simple reason being is the phone's always there. I've got enough memory on the phone. I've got 128 gig plus 32, that's, say, a lot, 150. No, it's not. 160 gig. That's more than my MacBook. I've got more room on my phone than my PC. On my laptop even. Not my big laptop. My laptop. It's crazy how technology moves on. I mean, I'm with technology and I always follow it. For these people that sort of like look at technology every now and again, I mean, it must just change like so much, so quickly. I'm always looking at phones and stuff. But 2 years with a phone, phone technology is just miles ahead. I do reckon it's going to slow, because how can you get better than what your eyes can see? I think things are just going to have to become more efficient instead of more powerful. You know, we're running games on phones that dedicated gaming machines did only 10 years ago. Probably less than that now. You know, they're getting up there, they're getting so powerful, and when you put that on a little screen, it's like, how more powerful do you need? We're getting phones with 6 gig of RAM when Windows operating systems are 8 gig. It's not far off. In some cases, a lot. You know, you're running more RAM in your PC, in your phone, than you are in your laptop. I think RAM seems to be the big thing this year. Cameras, megapixels was 1 year. They always find a market for each thing. And RAM 6 gig. iPhones are still shipping with 16 gig of internal. That should be at least 32 now. I don't see why they can't just, I mean, you can buy an SD card for 32 quid, it's 128 gig. You know, have it so you have your NAND storage, you know, fast and slow storage, a bit like what you have in a PC. So you've got your RAM, which is your super fast volatile memory, which goes off on, whatever. Have your operating system on a, you know, on 16 gig of memory of super fast stuff, and then have 128 gig third drive or external SD cards, like, you know, what I've got mine set up as your storage. And, you know, I think, yeah, they're doing on SDs and stuff like that, but I want to keep it internal. I just heard an ambulance here. If they want to keep it internal, then excuse me a minute. Ambulances have to stop for them. If they want to keep it like internal memory, I think they should be looking at upgrading, you know, doing stuff like that, having a third drive in there, the storage drive, just like a PC, or some PCs just have one big drive. But if you want a quick or faster drive, you have a storage, you have your C drive, your OS for your OS, and also have your RAM. Again, RAM, 6 gig of RAM in a machine that's tiny. How much of that is a market gimmick? I mean, mine's got 4 gig in there, I can't remember now, maybe 4 gig. I'm using 2 gig on the operating system, just being there. So yeah, they'll use it, you know. If the RAM's there, they'll use it. I mean, my laptop's got 32 gig, and if they let the operating system sit there, it will slowly take, maybe not all 32 gig, but it will take 8 or 9 gig. Take a few of the sticks out, so I'm running 8 or 9 gig. It'll know it's only got that much and it won't use that much, and I think that's exactly what Android does or will do in the future. It must do, because, you know, if my Android system uses 2 gig, what does an Android phone that's only got 1 gig doing? You know, just sitting there running really slow. No, it'll be in the memory somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure 6 gig of RAM in a machine, in a phone. I think also phones can run as operating system, run as desktops. They still multitasking. I think Android Nougat or Nougat or whatever you want to call it, Android N, it's going to have multitasking. I don't know whether it's going to be restricted for certain devices. You know, you need more than a gig of RAM if you're going to do multitasking or something. But it's the first. Google is showing signs of running Android as an operating system, as a desktop operating operating system. They've got Chrome OS, which runs like a browser cloud operating system.